So class, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I wanna begin our warm-up today with our classic triplanar shoulder warm-up, all right? The first exercise we're gonna do in that little warm-up is gonna be our arm swings with the internal and external rotation, right? So we're opening up the chest, pointing the thumbs up, and as we close the chest down, we're pointing the thumbs back down to the floor, all right? Getting a good shoulder pinch as we open back up, all right? We'll do that one for about 30 seconds here. We're gonna get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Remember to get that rotation to follow our track all the way from the shoulder to the fingertips, right? We want the entire arm rotating. Get the wrist and the forearm involved. Get the muscles of the rotator cuff involved. And then we're also getting a good dynamic stretch and work in the chest and the upper back. Checking my time. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Let those arms come down and dangle if you need to. From here, class, I want to go into our arm circles. All right? So bringing the arms up to shoulder height. Remember, we're going to start off small and then get larger and larger at your own pace. Okay? We're going to go for 20 seconds in each direction. So you have to remember which direction you went the first time so that you can do the opposite on the second set. All right? We're going to go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Again, starting off small. I have to remember that I'm going forward with my circles here and get larger at your own pace. Hopefully ending at a full, comfortable range of motion by the end of 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let those arms come down and dangle a little bit. Let's do 20 seconds in the opposite direction, all right? Go ahead and go right into it. I'm going backwards now on this set. Again, getting larger and larger at your own pace. Find that full, comfortable range of motion by the end. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay, last one I have for the shoulders specifically is going to be the vertical arm reaches. All right, I want to work on finding a good athletic position. Hips and knees are bent, and I'm just going to reach up to the ceiling. Remember, class, we're actually going to spread our fingers out because we want to get this stretch all the way through the upper extremity, okay? And then remember, we're also going to get a little bit of a twist to the side that we're reaching, all right? Go ahead for 30 seconds here if you haven't already started. That slight opening of the, or rotating of the torso is going to get a nice chest stretch, as well as help us begin to incorporate rotation later on in the warm-up. You got 10 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. From here, class, I want to go into our standing torso twist, okay? So here, once again, this is where our athletic position comes into play. As always, we're focusing on our lower body facing forward and then getting the upper body to rotate roughly 90 degrees to the wall on one side and then roughly 90 degrees to the wall on the other side of our body, okay? We're going to go for 30 seconds there in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Follow that rotation. Throw those elbows, right? We want the elbows to drive the rotation, the upper back to be what's rotating more so than the lower back. If you're getting dizzy, you can focus on a stationary point out in front of you. Checking my time. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. From here, class, I want to go into our monster walks and our side steps. Okay? So once again, good athletic position. We're getting our feet nice and wide, getting a good bend to our hips and our knees, then checking from the side. Shoulders are pinched back, big chest, got that nice tall posture. We'll do the monster walk first, okay? So as always, we're getting short, choppy little steps, and we're keeping our shoulders square with the wall in front of us, right? We don't want to be swinging a shoulder forward with every step, right? We call that being a weeble wobble. We don't want that. So keep those shoulders stable. Keep them square with the wall in front of you, all right? We'll go for 20 seconds here on this one. In 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Short, choppy steps forward. Choppy steps back. Just 5 or 6 steps. We're only going 20 seconds on this one today. I really want you to find your depth and your width. Make this intense, right? Exert yourself in the workout, or in the warm-up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, we got 2 more exercises here in this warm-up class. The next one's going to be the counterpart. It's the side step, right? So I'm going to get set athletically once again. Now we're taking short, choppy steps to the side and back. I'll turn the camera up a little bit. There we go. The big thing here, class, with the shoulders, we don't want to have one shoulder dip below the other as we move through our steps. Okay, so keep those shoulders down, keep them level as you go. All right, again, 20 seconds. We're getting started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Just choppy little steps, back and forth. Keep those feet apart. We need a nice wide base, toes pointing forward. Check that posture. Big chest, pinch the shoulders. 5 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. The last one I've got for us, class, it is frontal plane day. So I want to go into our lateral leg swings, all right? So find your chair or your wall if you would like to use that for some extra balance support. Remember, we're going to go for about 30 seconds on each leg, and we're working on establishing a plant leg. We're swinging one leg out. Remember, the toes point the direction you're going. So you're opening the toes up to the right if you're swinging on the right leg, and you're gonna close the toes back. Now my toes are pointing to the left as I come across my plant leg on that swing, okay? Remember to get a nice full range of motion, but we're not going out so far that our torso has to lean to one side, all right? We wanna stay stable as well. So biggest thing there, class, again, just remembering the toe point. Great for our ankle mobility, okay? Let's get 30 seconds on each leg together in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Toes to the right, toes to the left. I'll go out so you can see my foot a little bit better. There we go. Again, getting some nice work in the plant leg as well as the swinging leg. We're working the inside and the outside of the hip and thigh. 8 seconds left, keep it up. 3, 2, 1, relax, very good. I need to have that chair there, have that extra balance support. Let's do 30 seconds on the other side here, class. Again, follow the toes. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Toes out to the left, toes out to the right. There we go. Get that nice, good, full range of motion, class. Full comfortable range of motion. Excuse me. Full comfortable range of motion. Just keep the torso stable over the plant leg. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That is it for our warm-up class. Let's work on our balance next. Okay, so remember on Monday, we started working on one new progression for our 4 stances. Okay, we always still have the wide, narrow, staggered, or tandem. Last week we worked on the moving the head up and down, okay, looking at the ceiling, then looking at the floor. Obviously, we're still working through a comfortable range of motion, right? So find a point of mild discomfort for that neck movement. Don't push to a point of pain, okay? The other progression that we paired with that was keeping the eyes closed. So just simply finding a stance and closing your eyes. Now we're really restricting the vision and making the other balance systems of the body work even harder and get even better, okay? As always, we have our chair or our wall there as our balance support. Don't forget, just because I'm emphasizing the eyes closed or the head up and down, it doesn't mean that you are not able to do the arms up, right? We got both arms up, one arm up at a time, or the 12-inch finger, okay? You can always do any one of those as well. Just remember, I'm going to be emphasizing the newer ones in the progression as we go through the semester, okay? So go ahead and pick a stance, find your chair or your wall. I'm going to start out in the wide stance here, class, and I'm going to go with the head up or down, all right? We're going to go ahead and get started with our first set of 20 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Good, comfortable range of motion here, class. Again, if you're doing with the eyes closed, just stay steady by that chair or wall. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Remember, if you're going staggered or tandem, feel free to switch which foot is out in front. I'm going to go with the narrow stance this time, and once again with the head up and down. All right, 20 more seconds here. Ready? Go ahead. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as well with all of these sets. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now from here, class, I think I'm gonna go staggered stance, just trying to show all the different stances, and I'm gonna go with the eyes closed. All right, just remember that I have to cheat a little bit so I can see the time on the stopwatch. All right, so eyes closed for me. You continue to do whatever's appropriate for you here. All right, we got 20 more seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Make sure you're breathing once again. 8 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Let's switch our feet one last time if we're going staggered or tandem potentially. We're going to knock out our last set. I'm going to go eyes closed once again in the tandem stance. We're getting ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Definitely wobbling a little bit on this one. Checking the time. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good, class. Now, let's go ahead and move into our power sets, okay? We're going to need the pillow for our power set today. It is Wednesday, okay? That means we're going with the overhead pillow slam today. Now, we're going with 2 sets of 8. Keep in mind, class, that we do these at our own pace, right? You don't have to follow along perfectly with me on those pillow slams. And I mean, that's true of every exercise we do every day, all right? Now, I'm gonna get set athletically, all right? Same position as my rows, my RDLs, my hip thrusts. I'm coming up, slamming it into the chair. Hopefully it actually stays in the chair. All right, it didn't that time, but again, we have those 2 options. We can slam it to the chair, or we can slam it to the floor. Just remember that when you're picking it up off the floor, We're getting our good deadlift mechanics. Shove those knees out, chest up, eyes up. Keep the shoulders pinched, nice flat back as we pick up that pillow. Same thing from the side view. Shoving the knees out, back is flat, chest up, eyes up. And then we're ready for the next rep, okay? So, 2 sets of 8 there. The second exercise we're gonna pair with that one is gonna be our linear or forward and backward leg swings. 2 sets of 30 seconds on each leg, and we're gonna add the freeze and the go, okay? So, that is what we'll do with the pillow slams. Let's start with the pillow slam today, class, all right? So, got my chair ready for the first set. I'm gonna try slamming it into the chair. For the second set, I'll slam it to the floor, okay? So, let's go ahead and get started. I'm finding my athletic position. We're gonna go in 3, 2, and 1. Ready, up, slam it down, that's 1. Recover your pillow, that's 2. Uh-oh, that's 3, 4, halfway through, 5, 6, 7, last one for me here, back up, and 8. Okay, that's 1 set down. Finish up your first set there. I'm gonna set this pillow back on my little rail here. Now I'm gonna find my chair or my wall. We're going leg swings, again, forward, backward, and don't forget, class, remember that we're emphasizing the forward as much as we emphasize the backward, okay? I think I said that backwards, right? We're emphasizing the backward as much as we do the forward, right? We don't want to forget the backward part of the swing, okay? I'll go with a frontal view for this first set for each side, all right? We're gonna get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Relax. Very good. Again, remember, I'm trying to catch you off guard as best as I can. Let's switch legs. Shake out that plant leg a little bit if you need to. All right, we got 30 more seconds in 3, 2, and 1 on the other leg. Freeze. Go. Just 1 or 2 seconds on that freeze. Just 1 or 2 seconds. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. And relax. Very good. We're halfway through our power set. I'm going to get my chair out of the way and try to fix my pillow. It gets kind of messed up when I slam it, which I think is to be expected, probably. All right. But now I'm going to slam these last 8 to the floor. Okay, I'll do a frontal view to kind of show the deadlift mechanics for the first 4, and then I'll do a side view for the last 4 and show those deadlift mechanics from the side. Okay, so either way, I'm getting set athletically, pillows near my knees. Let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. I'm coming up. That's 1. Shove the knees out, chest up. That's 2, 3. That's 4. Now from the side, same thing. Ready? That's 5, 6. 2 more. 7 and 8. Very good. Now, I'm gonna fix my pillow. We do not need, well, actually, I take that back. We'll need the pillow again for the pillow squeeze. I'm just gonna set it here for now. There we go. And I'm gonna find my chair one more time for the power set. We've got 30 more seconds on each side with a freeze and a go. We're gonna get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Remember to react quickly. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Relax. Nice job. Let's switch legs. That means I'm switching sides if I'm doing the side view, which I am doing the side view. Okay. One more set. We're going to get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Relax. Very good. Okay, grab a sip of water for me, class. Catch your breath if you need to. We're going into our first resistance training set. Now, like I said, it's frontal plane day. So we are working on our outer and inner hip and thigh musculature, okay? First exercise I have for us, our first option is gonna be for the outer hip and thigh. As always, we've got our seated outward knee press. I've got my straight line band, which I'm doubling up. That's what you're gonna have to do. If you wanna use your band for the resistance, slip it on over the knees, hold it in place, and then shove those knees out, okay? Remember, if you're choosing to do this one, you're going with 20 reps. You're going out and back in, out and back in, okay, for 20 reps. Don't forget, keep that nice posture, right? Sitting up nice and tall on your chair, big chest, pinch the shoulders. Now, you can also use your hands, as always. Maybe get a little bit of a workout in the forearm and the shoulder while you do that, right? You're just pressing out and relaxing. Pressing out and relaxing. Working on the outer hip and thigh. Now, if we don't want to do that option, we always have the lateral leg raise, okay? Now, just like the leg swings, we're having the toes direct where we're going, right? So my toes are going to point out to the right as I swing my right leg, and now this time my leg is just going to come back and meet my plant leg, right? We're not swinging past it. We're just going out and right back to the center, okay? Then as always, class, remember, we're also going to get a nice swing that goes not just out, but also back slightly, okay? That diagonal path, just like on our lateral arm raises, which is actually what I'm going to be talking about next, okay? So we've got 20 reps if you're going with the seated outward knee press, 10 on each side for the leg raise if you choose to do that one. Okay, that'll be 2 sets. Now, the upper body exercise that I want to pair with this, like I just said, is going to be the lateral raise. And as always, we have the bent arm lateral raise. So now my elbows are bent at about 90 degrees. I'm lifting up and back down. I'm making that letter T position, making it easier on my shoulders by bending the elbows and keeping the weight closer to my center of mass, okay? If I want to make that one tougher, as always, I'm going to straighten my arms and lift them out to make the T in the same way, okay? Just don't forget now, we're getting the forward angle as we move out away from the body, right? You want to be angled forward slightly, not just going straight out to the side, okay? That'll be 2 sets of 15, okay, right? That higher number of reps means that I'm going to be pushing for the lighter weights. So the lighter weights that you have there with you at home are the ones I want you doing for the lateral raise today, all right? The ones that I recommend. So why don't we go ahead and get started, class, with our outer hip and thigh choice, right? You got the outward knee press or the leg raise. We're gonna get 10 on each side or 20 total together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming out and back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. Go right into it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Very good. Everybody relax. No matter which choice you got there, 20 reps, either 10 on each side or 20 total. Let's move on to our, I'm going to get that out of the way. Let's move on to our first set of the lateral raises. For this first set, I'm going to go with the bent arm, okay? So I'm standing up. I'm going to find a good athletic position here. I don't have to be in a nice, a bent over position, right? Because I don't want to turn this into a fly or anything like that, all right? But I'm still going to have a good bend to my knees and have good posture here, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with 15 reps in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming out and back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. That's 1 set down on each. Let's find that chair back. Find your band back if you're using the that for the outward knee press. I'll give an extra second or two to get situated with this one. All right. There we go. And we're going to get started with 20 reps or 10 on each side in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming out, back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, nice and control. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it up. Go ahead. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I think, 18, 19, and 20. Very good. Okay, let's get our second set of the lateral raises. I'm going with the straight arm raise this time, class, as opposed to the bent arm. And now I'm going to show a side view to get that good forward angle. Probably could have done a side view for the leg raise there, but I think we'll be okay. All right, so 1 more set of 15, and then we're moving on to the next superset. All right, get a nice bend to the hips and knees. We're getting started in 3, 2, and 1. Coming out, back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, nice and controlled, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. That is it for our first superset class. Grab a sip of water if you need to. I'm going to go over our next exercise, which I'm sure you already know is going to be our pillow squeeze. All right, I'm going to go with an actual pillow like I did last week because I have it. I'm going to find my chair, and we're really quickly going to review how we count this exercise, right? How I lead it. So I got my pillow between the knees. As always, we got that good posture, right? We've got to have that good posture. Sitting up nice and tall. Remember, I'm going to tell you to squeeze, right? We call that the squeeze cue. Squeeze that pillow, and then I count 1, 2, 3. When I say 3, that's your cue to relax, all right? And then I'll tell you to squeeze again. We start the process over for 5 reps, okay? It'll be 2 sets of 5 on that pillow squeeze. Now, the exercise I want to pair with the pillow squeeze today is going to be the other type of raise that we do for the shoulders, and that is the anterior raise. So once again, I'm going to find my light weight, okay? I'm once again going to be recommending the light weight as we will be doing 2 sets of 15 reps once again, okay? Now this one here, I'm going to find a good athletic position, maybe a little bit more so than we did with the lateral raise, because remember, we want to make sure that we're not getting the hips involved here. Okay, in the past, I've paired the anterior raise with the hip thrust because they look very similar, right? But the hip thrust, as we know, involves all lower body and no arm, okay? This one's the opposite. Now it's all upper body, all shoulder, and no hip, okay? No leg drive with this one. So that's why I think it really helps kind of keep the legs relaxed a little bit more, or maybe not necessarily relaxed, but it keeps the legs from wanting to come forward if you bend them and push them in the opposite direction, okay? So that's why I kind of push the athletic position a little bit more so for this one than the lateral raise, okay? But as always, class, I talked about this last time. See how my arms are bent? I have my elbows bent in the same way that I do my lateral raise here. Now what I'm doing is I'm just lifting them over. I'm overlapping one arm over the other. See, so I've got, let's see if I can show that really well. Right now, it's almost like I'm crossing my arms, right? Like I'm mad at somebody, right? But I've got one hand over top of this elbow, and I got the other hand underneath this elbow, right? So I'm getting my arms to overlap over the other. This is an option we can do, class, if the normal anterior raise is a little tough, but I'm basically just gonna find my athletic position, and I can lift this way, right? Do my anterior raise with the bent arm, all right? So in this case, like I said, I have my right hand over my left hand over my right elbow, and my left hand underneath my right elbow. That's probably a better way to have explained that. That one's a little tough to explain, but we have that option, or we can go with the straight arm, all right? So why don't we start off with the pillow squeeze? We're gonna get 2 sets of 5. Like I said, fighting my chair back. Got my pillow, and I got my posture as well. All right, I'm gonna scoot up to the front. I prefer to sit kind of slid up to the front of the chair. All right, but do whatever's comfortable for you. We're gonna knock out 5 reps together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze. 2, 2, 3. Squeeze. 3, 2, 3. 2 more. Squeeze. 4, 2, 3. Squeeze. 5, 2, 3. Very good. We're halfway through on that one already, right? 2 sets. So now I'm going to find my light dumbbells, and I'm going to go with the anterior raise. I'm going to do the bent arm for this first one, just in case there might be somebody who might prefer that one. All right, so I got my hips and knees bent like I'm going to do my hip thrust. I got my arms crossed, right? I got my opposite hand over my opposite elbow. Okay, we're going to knock out 15 reps together in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Coming up, back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. That's 1 set down, class. Let's find that pillow one last time for 5 more reps. I'll give everybody a second here to get situated. All right, we got 1 more set of the pillow, 1 more set on the raises. I'm going to go straight arm for that second set. Let's get these pillow squeezes in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze. 2, 2, 3. Squeeze. 3, 2, 3. 2 more. Squeeze. 4, 2, 3. Squeeze. 5, 2, 3. And relax. Very good. I'm putting the pillow away over here. And I'm going to move this chair out of the way. We shouldn't need this chair for a little while. Let's get that last set of the anterior raise, and then we have to get 1 more resistance training set today as well. I'm going to find my good athletic position. We're getting started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up and back down. That's 1. Find that shoulder height. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no hips, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. Now, we will still need our light weights here. Get a sip of water if you need to, class. The reason why we still might need our light weights is because I want to do the behind the back pass today once again. Okay? So the behind the back pass, I like to come up to the camera and then kind of show my back. Remember, we're going to take the back of our shirt on this one and we're going to cut it into quadrants. Okay? So remember, if I would go with 1 of your lighter weights. Okay? And remember, if I'm going with the right arm, the easiest place to hand off is going to be on the right lower part of your back if you're going on the right side. Okay, because you're not having to reach that weight very far behind your back. Here, I'm going a little further. So now I'm handing off on the left side. of my back. That's a little tougher. And then we can go above that line. If we cut across here, right? If our quadrants are here and here, now I can go above that line and reach a little farther up. I can go on the right side, right here, or I can go farther across and reach up, right? That one's gonna be a little tougher yet. So again, we'll go with the light weight there. I do one of the light weights that you have. We're gonna go with a set of 20 seconds on each side, actually 2 sets of 20 seconds on each side for that one. Now, the exercise I wanna pair with that is gonna be a core exercise that kind of goes along with the frontal plane theme that we have for Wednesdays, okay? That's gonna be the standing lateral lean. Now, we've done this maybe 2 times before during this semester, but I'll go over it again. For your weight, your class, this is gonna be one of those exercises where I kind of give you a choice, right? I mean, obviously you can do whatever weight you want regardless for any exercise, but here is one where I say do the lightweight or the heavyweight. It really doesn't matter to me, okay? Just make sure that whatever weight you use, you are able to control for 2 sets of 30 seconds, right? Because you want to have the same intensity at the end as you started with. Now, I got my weights in each hand. It's almost like I'm starting off with a bicep curl, right? My palms are facing my body. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean to the side. I'm leaning to the left. So now my right side of my torso has to contract and work hard to get myself back upright, okay? Then I'll lean to the other side and do the same thing. Now, kind of similar to when we stretch, I want you to go to a point of mild discomfort, okay? We don't need to be going down so far that we feel pain, okay? We need to make sure that we're staying comfortable and making our core work to bring ourselves back upright, okay? And lastly, I'll do a side view for one of our sets because I want to make sure that we're standing nice and tall, okay? We do not want to be bent over forward and then trying to reach, okay? I can already feel my lower back doesn't like that, okay? We have to stay nice and tall and lean straight to the side, okay? It's kind of the exact opposite of the leg raise that we did where we're going back slightly, or the lateral raise to the arms that we were going forward, right? Now we want to stay along the side. We don't want to lean forward or back, okay? So let me find my stopwatch here. It's in my pocket. Let's get our 2 sets of 20 seconds, or our first set of 20 seconds on each side for the behind the back pass, all right? And then we'll hit our cardio after the superset. So I'm actually going to use my stopwatch instead of my weight so I can keep track of the time. We're going to get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. There we go. Find a range of motion. Remember, your handoff doesn't have to be in a perfect spot, right? It's not like it has to be in a quadrant, right? Just find a range of motion that's challenging your strength and challenging your mobility. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now switch hands. Now my left hand is going to be doing the work. All right? We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Again, find a range of motion that challenges you, your strength and your mobility. Make sure you're breathing into the nose, not to the mouth. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That's 1 set down. I gotta find my weights back here. I got 1 over here and 1 all the way over here. Let's go standing lateral lean here, okay? So again, 1 weight in each hand, palms facing the body like you are doing a bicep curl or starting to do a bicep curl. I'm going to use my stopwatch once again. We've got 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Make sure you're going to the side. Comfortable range of motion here. Make the opposite side of your torso work to get you back upright. Ten seconds left. Keep it up. Keep your breathing as well. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, I'm going to keep my stopwatch. Let's go back to our behind the back pass one more time. We got a set of 20 seconds on each side, and we're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Keep your breathing. There we go. Even though the stopwatch is pretty much weightless, I can still get a good challenge in my muscles here. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. I should also say, class, we don't really need to be holding weight either, right? We could just be touching our fingertips as we go as well. Just do whatever you have to do to challenge your mobility there, all right? Let's get 20 seconds on the other side, all right? 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Challenge that mobility. Checking the time. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, last set of the lateral lean. I'm going to turn to the side and really try to demonstrate that we're not leaning forward or back. One thing I could say too, it's almost like you're trying to slide your hand straight down and scratch the side of your knee, right? That's the motion that we're trying to achieve there without bending forward or back. Just sliding the hand down, touch the side of the knee, and then come right back up, okay? Let's get our 30 seconds together in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Good. Keep your breathing. Make the opposite side of the torso work hard to get you back to that upright position. 10 seconds left. Keep it up. There we go. Trying to keep my eyes on the camera a little bit as well. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, grab a sip of water for me here, class. I'm going to go over our cardio set today. Again, with a frontal plane focus. Our first exercise is going to be the half jack. All right? So, as always, that one's going to be 3 sets of 30 seconds. And we have a progression that we follow, right? We can go right arm and right leg, and then vice versa. Or we can go both arms up, regardless of which leg comes out. As you know, that one's my favorite. Or we can go with the jumping jacks, okay? Either one is fine. 3 sets of 30 seconds. Now, the exercise I want to pair with that is going to be, getting my chair out of the way, it's going to be the 2x2 side step today, all right? So I'm going to find a good athletic position. Make sure there's nothing on the floor near your feet. I'm going to take 2 side steps. 1 big step, 2 big step, and then back. 1 big step, 2 big step, okay? So just like the side step from earlier, now we're just taking it a little bit more aggressively, I guess, or a little more intense, I could say, there than the warm-up side steps, okay? That one will be 3 sets of 45 seconds, okay? So what I'm going to have us do is start off with the half jack. Pick which progression you prefer for your 3 sets of 30 seconds. We're getting ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Remember, class, we're also working the outside of the hip and thigh, right? As we get that big step, really work on getting a nice large step, make those muscles work. Again, don't go out too far though, right? Keep yourselves comfortable as well. Checking my time, 5 seconds to go. Keep it up, 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset, 2 by 2 side step. There we go. Keep a nice wide base. I lost count on how many steps I was doing there. 1, 2, there we go. Find that good depth. Very nice. Remember, class, we can modify with taking larger steps. Again, not too wide though, right? We can modify by going faster or by getting lower. All right, do what you gotta do to make this exercise intense for yourself. We're gonna transition back to the half jack in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead, half jack. Second time through. Really work on getting those arms up there, right? We're also getting good work for the shoulder. More frontal plane work for the shoulder. We're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as always. Checking my time. We're gonna transition back in 3, 2, and 1. Relax and reset. 2 by 2 side step. Second time through on this one. Remember, class, as always, as you begin to fatigue, work on keeping your posture, right? Big chest, pinch the shoulders. Keep the chest up, keep the eyes up. We've got 15 more seconds here before our last set of the half jack. There we go. Keep it up. I'm gonna do a side view for this one for our last set, again, to kind of reinforce that posture. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Half jack. Last time through on this one. This is gonna take us to the 3-minute mark here, class. Keep it up. Nice big steps. Checking my time. We've got 5 seconds left here, class. 3, 2, and 1. Relax and reset. 2 by 2 side step. There we go. Last set here, class. Again, I'm doing the side view to show that posture. I should be getting larger and then smaller as I go, making sure that I'm not rounding over, right? Pinch those shoulders together, keep the big chest. We've got 20 seconds left. Keep it up. Almost done. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. All right, catch your breath here, class. Get a sip of water if you need to. I'm gonna check attendance really quickly and see what we got, or who we got, not what we got. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All righty. I better check my cooldown too, make sure I know what I'm doing. Good. Okay, I got a pretty simple cooldown for us today. Just 5 stretches. These 5 stretches are gonna really complement everything that we did today. All right, pretty easy to remember too. Actually, no, just 4 stretches. There we go. Yep, just 4. I miscounted. So, I see those thumbs there. Good. Awesome. Thank you so much here, class. I'm going to go back to Big Chris and full screen. Like I said, just 4 stretches today, all right? These are very versatile. We did a lot of exercises that we only need a couple stretches for. So I think probably the best stretch we can do right now for all the different things we did for the shoulder today is going to be the back scratch test. And man, we are complementing a lot of things with that back scratch, right? I mean, the half jack even, okay? We've got the behind the back pass. We've got all the different raises we did, right? The shoulder warm up. This back scratch is going to be great for us today. So, as always, I'm going to go with a side view, and I'm going to start with I got to have my stopwatch. I'm going to start with my right arm going back and my left arm, or my right arm going down and my left arm going up. There we go. I'm saying that so I remember it for the next half of the set. All right, and I'll do a back view this time, okay? So we're getting ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Again, trying to reach those fingertips. Just because we're not touching, it doesn't mean that we're doing a bad job. It just means that we have room to improve. Keep that big chest. I gotta do a side view. I keep forgetting. Gosh, gotta have the posture in there too. Keep that breathing. This is an overhead stretch. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let those arms come down with control. Let's switch sides. So now I'm going to have my right arm going up and my left arm going down. I think I got it right that time. All right. Let's get 20 more seconds together in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. This is the side I do way better on. Everybody's got one side they like and one side they don't like. I've noticed that with hands. I've noticed it with feet. When we do ladder stuff like that. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let those arms come down with control. Very good. Now, the next one that I have for us today, class, is actually going to be our wall twister, okay? So if you remember our wall twister, I'm going to do some mime work here, right? Pretend I have a wall out in front of me, okay? And remember, we have 2 spots that are on the wall in front of us that are going to be a little lower and a little narrower, okay? And then as we reach up, we've got 2 spots that are higher up and they're a little wider, all right? A little farther apart than the 2 narrow spots down here, okay? That's a very similar pattern. In fact, it's identical pattern to our V-step. So remember, the 2 lower steps, that's our default starting spot. So my hands are in my starting spot on the 2 lower, narrower spots. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to slide it to the left, right, diagonally and up to that upper left spot. And what I should feel is a stretch going down the side of my body. We're getting the half jack complemented, as well as the lateral lean, okay? And remember, we can get a nice lean to the side as well as we reach on that wall, okay? So let's go with 30 seconds on each side because we're supported by the wall here, all right? We're gonna get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1, if you haven't already started. Keep that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Halfway through, keep this up, class. And then we're gonna go into the other side of the stretch. Again, targeting the side of our torso, as well as kind of underneath the shoulder, right? That latissimus dorsi area. 3, 2, 1, relax. I forgot, it's the first Wednesday of the month, so we got that emergency system test going once again. Maybe you can hear it. And I know it's coming every Wednesday, and it scares me every time at the start. But let's get the other side going here, class. Okay, so now my left hand is going to slide up and diagonally to the right. And we're going to get that same stretch on the other side. Go ahead. You might be able to hear that now that I'm done talking. 13 seconds left, class. Keep it up. Keep that breathing as well. Even though this is an overhead stretch, we are supported by the wall a little bit more so in others. That's why we're going for 30 seconds today. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, moving on, class, we've got to get a nice stretch for the lower body as well. We're going to target the inside and the outside for the thighs and the hips. And the first one I have for us for today, class, is going to be the seated groin stretch. So this is the one that has a lot of moving parts to it, and I want to make sure I do a good job explaining this one. So I'm sitting in my chair. I'm scooted up to the front of my seat, and I have my feet out nice and wide. Let's scoot to the side. All right. Now let's say I want to stretch this leg here. Okay. I want to stretch this leg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bend in the opposite leg, and I'm going to straighten this leg out. Right. That's my stretch leg. Now I'm going to turn my toes, turn my body, and I'm going to lean toward my bent leg. Get that nice stretch there on the inside of the hip and thigh. Now, keep in mind, we're going to get both sides for 30 seconds here, okay? The other option I have for this is going to be the butterfly stretch, all right? So sitting on the floor, I have the soles of my shoes pressed up together, sitting up nice and tall, and I'm getting a nice stretch on the inside of the hip and thighs. All right, now, if you're choosing to do that one, all right, I want you to go for 60 seconds, while those of us who choose the chair version of this stretch go for 30 on each side, all right? And then we'll finish up with one more stretch after this, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out one leg, bend the other. Lean toward the bent leg, and we're rotating toward the bent leg as we lean to the side, getting a nice stretch there. Now, class, we also want to make sure we're getting our posture in the seated version. Just because we're leaning and kind of relaxing on our bent leg doesn't mean that we can sit slouched, right? We should keep our big chest, pinch the shoulders, sit up as nice and tall as we can. 3, 2, 1. Relax. If you're doing the butterfly, keep it up. Those of us in the chairs, switch sides. Go ahead, 30 more seconds. Keep that breathing, keep that posture. We've got 10 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. Then we've got our waiting room stretch to finish up the day. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. As I said, class, waiting room stretch. We also have the seated figure 4 on the floor. If you're already doing the butterfly and you want to stay on the floor, you can do that one. But with the waiting room here, class, again, I'm sitting up nice and tall. I can cross my leg at the ankle, below the knee or above the knee, and then I get a nice forward lean here, okay? And that forward lean has to be with a nice flat back, right? Just like with our RDL, just like with our rows, everything else, okay? Then on the floor, we can also do this one here. I'm gonna cross one leg over the other and then slide that foot in toward my body. Like I said, we don't wanna have we can kind of do our best to keep our posture here, but it's not going to be as perfect as other stretches or exercises. So just kind of try your best to keep the chest up and pinch the shoulders, okay? So let's get 30 seconds on each side here, and then we'll be done for the day. Ready? Go ahead. There we go. Keep that breathing. Do your best to keep some posture if you're on the floor. Nice static stretch. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Go ahead and switch legs. Keep doing the stretch that you were doing. I'm going to finish up in the chair here, stretching out my left leg. Go ahead, 30 more seconds. We're already on week 7 of the semester, I believe. Week 7. We're going to be halfway through the semester at the end of next week already. 10 seconds left. Keep it up. Keep that posture if you're in the chair. Do your best if you're on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That's all that I have for you for today, class. I want to thank you so much for participating.